smoke clear. I got diamonds doing sissy slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas strip tonight. Slip that on and we might just.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all could see by the title, today is another story time. But before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, and comment down below. Y'all, before we get into this video, I just want to say I look a mess and I know it, but that's because I'm gonna go out of town in the morning, in a few hours actually. And I just wanted to record this video so I could post for y'all today. Today's the day I'm gonna be out of town and I wanted to post something for y'all. Gotta keep up. But anyway, so you already know what to do. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias. Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at LifeWithSymone, and it will be listed down below in the description box. So y'all, let's get into this story. So y'all, do y'all remember the story when I was telling y'all? My voice feel like it's off for some reason. But do y'all remember when I told y'all when I had crashed my car? If y'all seen that story time when I crashed my car to the girl and I was all like that she was on some bullshit, her and her mama. Okay, so this is about the aftermath of what happened with that. Okay. So after the whole little accident thing, I exchanged information with the girl, right? So her mom ended up contacting me. Her mom contacted me, and I think I told y'all a little bit about that. So basically, let me just go more into it because I feel like I told y'all, but I'm like, I don't know. So her mom contacted me, and she was just like, you gonna get my car fixed, like going in on me. Like when she first called me, I'm like, hello, I'm talking to her all respectful, and she was going in on me like cussing and yelling like, oh, you gonna get my car fixed, da da da, all this shit, right? So I'm like, okay. She was like, yeah, what's your insurance, da da. So I'm like I told your daughter I don't have insurance. So she's like, oh no, what, like going in. So I'm like, because at this point my parents was like, they gonna pay for my car to get fixed and they'll pay for her car to get fixed, but they gonna pay for her, they gonna get hers fixed first and then eventually get mine fixed. So they gonna just pay out of pocket. So she's like, I'm telling her, I didn't tell her they gonna do mine too, I didn't say all that, but I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, my dad has a mechanic and you could bring your car down and he's gonna go ahead and give you an estimate and we'll pay for it, like we're gonna pay for it. So she's like, what, he has a mechanic? No, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. That mechanic could be putting cheap parts on my car, da 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 da. I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. I drive a Lexus, I'm not letting nobody just put anything on my car. So I'm like, you could come to the mechanic and see for yourself. And I'm like, or if you like feel comfortable, we could go to a different mechanic. So she's like, no, well, I have a mechanic that's my brother and he said it's gonna be $10,000 to get my car fixed. So I'm like, okay, she's really wilding out and you sound dumb. Because for one, her car wasn't even messed up like that. Yeah, I know she had a Lexus, but it was nothing really messed up on her car. And you talking about $10,000, lady, insurance wasn't even finna give you that much. So I'm just like, well, we're not going through your brother because your brother is trying to play. Like clearly did he even look at your car? Because you just literally got on the phone with me, but whatever. So I'm like, well, you could come to our mechanic or go through your insurance, like that's it. I was like, or we could agree on another mechanic, like, you know, but you could come see how ours is, you know, see what he's about. If you don't like him, then we could agree on a different one, but not your brother, nobody in your family. Like we'll go to a random ass mechanic. So she's like, no, da 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 da, you not finna play me, you're not finna play me. Like she going in, she like, I don't care what you say, you're gonna pay for my car, bitch. Like she cussing me out. And she like, you gonna pay for my car, I'ma sue you, yeah, I'm finna come to 123 Sesame Lane. She said my address because y'all, her daughter took a picture of my license. So I'm just like, ma'am, if you want to come, you could come. Because at this point, you're doing the most. Like, how are you threatening me when I'm trying to tell you, you know, like, I don't care what you're talking about. I don't have insurance. So at least I'm still trying to get your car fixed. I could have just said, fuck y'all, and went on about my life. So she's like, nah, I'm going to come to 123 Sesame Lane, like saying my address and stuff. So I'm like, okay, ma'am, if you going to come, then you could come. Like, it is what it is. Ain't nobody scared of you. But at this point, I'm not even really getting into her like that, getting really into it with her like that, because already, like, my parents is irritated with me because they was already thinking like, dang, we got to get this lady car fixed, which they really didn't have to do, because at this point I was like, what, 19 years old, so they really didn't even have to do this for me. I'm grown, but you know, it was still like, I appreciate y'all so much. But anyway, so yeah, so she over here cussing like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, if you gonna come, like, I don't care. Like, I'm like, you're saying my address is if you're gonna threaten me, like if I'm scared. So she's like, I'm gonna call the police, I'm gonna send the police to your house. So I'm like, okay, good luck, bye. And I hung up, y'all. She ended up calling me back like probably an hour later. She was like, yeah, I called the police is gonna be coming to your house soon and they know what you did. You're going to jail, bitch, you're going to jail. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But at this point, I'm like, I didn't want her to see me sweating, but I was sweating. I was hot. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you know, that's fine. And she's like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to tell them not to come. And first, I'm going to pull up to your house to 123. She just kept repeating the address. Like, ma'am, I know you know the address. You done said it before. She's like, I'm going to come to 123 Sesame Lane. And I'm going to come before the police come. And then you're going to wish they was there in time. You're going to wish they was there. So I'm like, ma'am, girl. And she like, hello? Hello? Because at this point, I'm not really even saying much. I'm just doing like, So she like, hello? So I'm like, bitch, if you're going to come, then come. Ain't nobody scared of you. She's like, oh, okay. Well, this is what I'm going to tell my lawyer. I'm going to tell my lawyer. So it's like, are you going to tell your lawyer that you're threatening to come to my house? Like, are you going to tell them that too? Or are you going to tell them that I said, bitch, pull up? Like, I don't get it. So I'm just like, whatever. This lady played on my phone for like a good week straight. Y'all would think I should have blocked her. Why I didn't block her? Oh, I think I had an Android. And you know, an Android, you could block somebody's number, and you could it has a block messages. Like, they could still text you. You could click on block messages and you could have a full conversation with them, but it just won't go to your regular messages. So she was blowing my phone up, calling from other numbers. She was just so weird, like so weird, just so weird. So one day I'm leaving out the house, right? I noticed this car. I wasn't paying it no mind like that, but I'm like thinking like maybe my mind's playing tricks on me, or what a coincidence. I see Alexis, the color of that lady's car. Mind you, I've never seen the mom before. I only seen the pregnant daughter. So I'm like, what a coincidence that I see this same car when this lady is just getting on my fucking nerves. At this point, I was kind of scared, but my mom's like, she asked us, nothing she could do. That's why she keep calling you. Like, the police is not gonna come. That's a civil matter. Like, it's nothing she could do. So I'm like, all right. So I'm leaving out the yard, and when I pull out, the car was like parked across the street. They bust a U-turn and they start coming too. I'm not thinking nothing of it, right? Because it's always a lot of cars on that street. So I'm driving. Next thing you know, I end up going, I think I went to Fufalette. So when I finally parked, y'all, I peeped the car. But I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping, because I seen it was an older woman in the car. Like, I wasn't paying no mind, right? So I get to Fufalette, I get out the car. Right when I got the car, the lady just speed past me, like speed past me. So I'm just like, okay, like, you know, who the fuck was that? So I was thinking like, was that lady? Like, or was it somebody else? So I ended up going to my blocked messages and I hit her up and I was like, bitch, are you following me? And she replied and was like, I'm gonna show this to the police. You're threatening me. You're following me. So I'm like, this lady is weird. So I'm like, okay, that wasn't her. I'm tripping. So I go in the store, you know, whatever. Everything is cool. After I hit her up and asked her that, now she's on my line even more. So next thing you know, somebody called me, right? And I was so irritated. So I'm like, hello. Like, I'm thinking it's her from a different number. And it's her daughter. And she was just like, hi, you probably don't know me, but I'm the girl you had the accident with. So I'm like, bitch, what do you want? Because at this point, I'm irritated because you and your mama is fucking weirdos. So, well, not her too much, but her mama is. So she was just like, I just wanted to know, when were you going to give us the money for the car? Remember when you had the accident with my mom? So I'm just like, what? You just said that this was the girl I had the accident with. So I'm like, is this her daughter? Like, is this like the pregnant girl's daughter or something? Because you literally just said I had the accident with you, and when I'm gonna get, I had an accident with your mom. Like, make it make sense. So she's like, so you agreed that you had an accident with my mom? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, look, stop calling my phone, y'all weird as hell. And I was like, if your mama come to my house, she gonna get beat up. Like, your mama's a weirdo, you're a weirdo. I'm like, pregnant and damn near finna have a baby, and you over here in this bullshit with your mama. Like, why are you calling me? So she just like, I didn't have an accident with you. You had an accident with my mom, correct? So I got quiet. I didn't say nothing. So I got quiet. I didn't say nothing. Next thing you know, somebody was like, next thing you know, she was like, hello? And I didn't say nothing. And then I hear a guy say, hello? Okay, I think she hung up. So I was like, who is this? And they got quiet. They didn't say that. So she was like, hello, it's just me. So I'm like, girl, you're weird as fuck. Get off my phone. I end up hanging up, right? So then next thing you know, a 800 number called. It's the insurance person. It's the same person she was just had on the phone. So he's trying to confirm everything. Like, okay, yeah, we're just doing the insurance. Like, so you had a car accident with, let's give the lady name, let's give her Lex, because she was driving a Lexus. So he was saying the mom. So I'm like, no, I didn't have a car accident with her. I had a car accident with her daughter, her pregnant daughter. So he's like, oh, she's not on the insurance. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, he's just going in. So he's like, okay, well, wow, she was at default. So basically, this is her fault anyway. Like, you said you don't have an insurance company, da-da-da. I'm like, no, I don't have none of that. And I'm telling him, I don't know why I'm telling this man like he care. I'm like, I told her we would pay out of pocket. So he's just like, okay, yeah. Well, that's all I needed to know, whatever. So she, y'all, after that, After that man hung up with me, it was probably like 2 hours later. 2 hours later, this lady is blowing up my phone, sending messages like, yeah, bitch, you think it's cool? You think it's cool to fuck with my money? You think it's cool? She's going in on me, right? So then next thing you know, she calls me. I'm like, hello. So she got me like, bitch, you got me fucked up, telling my insurance that, telling them that you had a car accident with my daughter, and da-da-da-da-da, and all this other stuff. My daughter's not on my insurance, you stupid bitch. My daughter's not on my insurance. And I'm like, well, she shouldn't have been driving your car. If she don't know how to drive, she's like, you don't know how to drive, bitch. You hit her. And I'm like, well, we hit each other. Like, you know, like, and oh well. And I'm like, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. She's like, now my insurance not paying for shit, bitch. Where's your mechanic? Where's your mechanic? I said, lady, it's too late for that. Like, how you really gonna call me and cuss me out, harass me, clearly stalking me, and think that I'm finna now take you to get your car fixed? So I'm like, it's too late for that. So I'm laughing. I said, you got to figure it out yourself. I'm like, your brother fix cars? Don't your brother fix cars? So she's like, bitch, I'm gonna pull up to 123 lane. You gonna see what's going on. You're gonna see what's going on. My car's fucked up. She's like telling me like she gonna pull up and come hit my car. The fuck? Okay. I'm like, and you have insurance, so your insurance is gonna cover you coming to pull up to my house to hit my car. So she like, bitch, yeah, da 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 da. Like, she's going in. She's going in. Like, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm not really paying her no mind, right? I'm not tripping. I'm just like, this bitch a weirdo. So every time everything would update, I'm telling my mom, I'm telling my sister, I'm telling everybody, and they just like, yeah, I wish that bitch would come pull up over here. Like, she's a weirdo, da da da. So y'all, next thing you know, it was like probably like a day or two after that, I had a doctor's appointment, right? Oh my god, the worst. So I had a doctor's appointment, and I'm driving to the doctor or whatever. So when I'm leaving, well, when I'm in the park, I get to the doctor, and when I'm going inside, it was this lady, and she looked at me, and when she looked, she went like, and she was just staring at me, and I looked at her like, the fuck, and I just kept walking. I went in to go to my appointment, y'all. Mind y'all, pay attention to the lady. I'm not tripping. She just was staring at me like she was in like she was shocked, like she was surprised to see me, and I don't know who she was, y'all. So I'm just thinking like, I don't know why this lady looking at me like that. I'm thinking like, maybe I look like somebody she know, like maybe she an old teacher I know, like I don't know who this lady is or whatever. So I remembered the lady, but it slipped my mind, y'all, because I had the most embarrassing moment at the doctor. So I go in the doctor, y'all, because I had to go get a pap smear. But this is when I was young and uneducated, y'all. So before I went to the doctor, my stupid self sprayed like perfume down there, right? Because I don't know why I'm thinking that I mean, yeah, she cared about how my coochie smell, because you know that's okay. But I don't know why I'm thinking like we was on a, I don't know why would I do that. You know, you never supposed to put no scented nothing down there. So at this point, I was, like I said, young and uneducated. So I did that, right? I'm laying on the bed. Mind you, at this point, I'm so annoyed because the lady is blowing my phone up. The doctor, she's telling me, Symone, no phones, like no phones. I'm like, okay, I'm already uncomfortable getting my pap smear, right? You know, lay back, legs open. Why the doctor gonna say, we're making sure we're not using any scented products down there, right? Oh, I was so embarrassed. I was embarrassed. She was all like, that could cause yeast and da-da-da. Like, she going just telling me all this stuff, and I'm just so embarrassed, y'all. So now I'm like, oh my god, like, y'all, because it's like, she was like, yeah, it smells like, I know the smell is, it's a nice smell. Not talking about my coochie, but the spray. Because that would be real perverted if the doctor be like, oh, your coochie smell good, girl. Like, you know, that's kind of weird, but she wasn't saying that. She like, oh, yeah, it's a nice smell. Like, we're not putting no Victoria's Secret down there. You know, I know you may think that it's okay, but we're not. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, I'm so fucking embarrassed. So when I'm texting, I'm talking to the lady, because now I'm like texting to take my mind off me being embarrassed. So I'm like replying back to the lady, right? So my dumb ass texted her back and was like, I'm not using Victoria's Secret, y'all. Oh my god. Because I'm thinking, I'm talking to her, but I'm texting at the same time. I'm like, fuck. So I end up sending that to her. So she's like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, y'all, she was going in on me. But I wasn't paying attention because the lady, she making me feel so embarrassed. So I didn't even notice what this lady had just said to me. So when she done, she leave out. She like, okay, get dressed. Came back with a whole little typed up thing telling me how we don't use those products. Y'all, it was embarrassing. So when I'm getting dressed, I start going through my phone. Like, what the fuck this weird, crazy bitch sent me now? So I'm looking, and I'm like, hold up. She told me like, bitch, you at the doctor. Go get whatever you got treated so you could come home and get your ass beat. I said, how the fuck she know I'm at the doctor? So I'm thinking, I'm like, did I send her anything else, you know? So I'm looking, I'm like, I never sent this lady nothing, I'm at the doctor. So I'm like, how do you know I'm at the doctor? So she was just like, bitch, because I've been following you and I could really catch you slipping, da 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 da. She's just going in. She's going so in on me. She like, I catch you slipping. You're lucky I don't want to go to jail. But when you get home, I'm gonna meet you at 123 Sesame Lane. 123. She just going in. So I'm like, this lady is crazy. So I end up calling my sister. So I call my sister, and I always gotta make it clear what sister, because y'all got 2 big sisters. I call my sister Jay. Y'all know the one on YouTube, JJTV_. So anyway, I call her and I'm like, girl, what are you doing? So she was like, nothing, just was about to go home. Like, what are you doing? This one, she lived out here at this point. So I'm like, so why the lady that I had the accident with, I'm like, she talking about she been watching me and she could catch me anywhere, and that she about to pull up to the house when I get back from the doctor. So my sister like, wait, hold on, how she know you was at the doctor? Like, you told her? Why are you telling her where you going? Like, why are you talking to her? So I'm like, calm down, girl. Like, no, I didn't even tell her. I'm like, she said she been following me. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, sitting in my car and I'm trying to think, and I'm telling her about the food for less thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that happened. And then she like, wait, what the fuck? No, tell her to come today. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna meet you at home. She was like, cause I want her to pull up. So I'm like, yeah. So now I start sitting there and I was like, wait. And she like, what? I'm trying to think if I've seen her before. Like, I don't know. She like, what does she look like? I'm like, I don't know what she look like. I'm like, I'm assuming, I'm telling her what the daughter look like. So I'm like, I'm assuming she look like the daughter. Mind you, I'm bad at describing people. I'm over here talking about her daughter, she was kind of short. She had braids. She's like, how was that describing a lady? Like, you're supposed to look for a short lady with braids. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just assuming she looked like her daughter. I don't know. So next thing you know, I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go home. So we talking on the phone while I'm driving home, still blowing me up. Come home, bitch, come home. I'm at your house, da 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 da, come home. So I'm like, this lady is crazy. So I'm telling my sister like, I'll meet you there. So my sister already was at the house. She ended up getting there before me. So she like, when I'm telling her that the lady keeps texting me every like 5 minutes saying come home, and I'm telling her I'm on my way. So she like, my sister looking out the window like, I don't see her. I don't see no short lady with braids or no Lexus. So I'm like, oh, she probably just doing that because she always be saying my address like she gonna come and never come, right? So next thing you know, somebody start calling me. So I answer the phone. I'm like, hello. So it's the daughter. She's like, hi, can I speak to Symone? So I'm like, yeah, it's me. So she's like, I would suggest you wouldn't go home right now because my mom is looking for you. So I'm like, what? I'm like, girl, nobody worry about your mom. I'm finna pull up right now. I'm like, are you there too? Like, are you with your mom like right now? Because if so, put her on the phone, let her know I'm pulling up. So she's like, no, I'm not with my mom. She was like, but I just feel like you shouldn't pull up because she's serious. I feel like you should just give her the $10,000 to get her car fixed. Bitch, what? So I'm like, your mom disrespected me so many times. She's not getting nothing out of me. I don't care. Your mom's not getting shit. Like, she's not getting nothing. You could tell her that right now. If she really want to fight for whatever, because at the end of the fight, win or lose, she still ain't getting paid, we could do that. Like, she's not getting, like, no girl, my mom, you don't know my mom, she's really crazy. I just feel like you should give her the money. Really just trying to tell her. She's like, I could talk her down. Like, do you think you could give her like 5? You have 7, y'all could do a payment plan. So I'm like, girl, like, are you dumb? So I'm really telling her, I'm like, are you dumb? Like, are you stupid? I'm like, if your mom would never got at me crazy, then I wouldn't have told the insurance that you were the one driving. She could have got her money from her insurance, but yet you calling me, talking to me crazy, trying to convince me to lie for you. How are you mad because I'm not lying for you when you're calling my phone, threatening my address every 5 seconds, blowing on my phone, playing on my phone, just being a weirdo? So she like, oh my god, like, my mom is so serious. She was like, I'm on my way to your house right now because she's there. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I'll be there in a minute. So I'm like, I hung up, back on the phone with my sister. I'm like, yeah, her daughter just called and said her mom is there and all this, that. They trying to convince me to get her. So my sister like, where's she at? I'm like, I don't know, hold on, but I'm pulling up. I'm like, I'll be able to identify the car, or maybe she in a different car she waiting for me to pull up. I'm like, I'm about to pull up. So my sister go outside. She's like, bitch, I'm outside right now. I'm outside right now. So she looking like, she telling me like, I'm outside right now. I don't see her. I don't see nobody. Like, I'm mad. So I might just go back in the house, just wait. I'm finna pull up right now. Y'all, why next thing you know, she was like, wait, who is this bitch? It's a bitch, get out the car right now. Look like she finna come over here. She's like, hold on, let me chill, because it might not be her, like, since we don't know what she look like. So I'm like, I don't know, she sound young on the phone. Like, the way the mama be talking to me and calling me and saying, I'll let you slide and bitch, this, that. The mom sound like she was younger. So I'm like, she sound young. So I'm telling her, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she probably, like, younger looking or whatever. So I was just like, oh, okay, this probably ain't her then, because it's an old bitch. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, yeah, hold on, I'm pulling up. So I'm pulling up to the house. Next thing you know, my sister is like, hold on real quick. I think somebody here for grandma or something, because hold on, this lady finna ask me something. So the lady was like, excuse me, who are you? And she was like, what? So I hear my sister on the phone like, what? So now I pull up. I hurry up and pull up. And the lady started walking towards my car. My y'all could hear her through the phone. So she's like, oh, there she go right there. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm like, who is this, right? So I hop out the car. Damn near didn't even park good, like skirt, one probably halfway at the curve, halfway in the street, didn't even park good. Hop out the car. I'm like, excuse me, who are you looking for? Like, who are you looking for? She's like, bitch, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. You hit my car? Oh, you think it's funny? I told you I'll pull up. Next thing you know, my sister just went boom and just socked her. I was like, what the fuck? Mind you. Let me just make this clear, because she sounded young. So the lady was not an old woman. Like, she wasn't in her 80s and her 70s and her 60s, none of that, right? She just looked bad for her age, y'all. So that's probably why she was talking to me like that. She didn't age well, y'all. She didn't age well. So my sister just boom, hit her. So the lady, she hit her. The lady turned around and she's like, I'm not here for you. I'm not here for you. I'm here for her. She disrespected me. Oh, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police now. So I'm like, you came to my house and you said you want to fight me. So I'm like, so fight. Like, because at this point, it's not me fighting, it's my sister fighting. And my sister's like, nah, bitch, you gonna fight me. So my sister starts squaring up with her. And the lady was like doing this, like faking like she was finna square up, but then she'll do like this, like she's trying to pop my sister in the mouth or something. So my sister just started taking off on her, y'all. I'm over here like just watching it. So they fighting, right? The lady had no chance. Like, she talking so much shit, like, you bitches will pay for this, you bitches will pay for this. And my sister just beating her up. Next thing you know, the daughter ended up pulling up, because mind y'all, she said she was on her way to the house. She ended up pulling up, y'all. She pulled up and she's like, get off my mom, I'm calling the police. Why the daughter is over here trying to get this pepper spray to spray? Shit must have been old as hell, because was none coming out. And I'm just like, stand back. Mind y'all, she's pregnant, so I'm not gonna do nothing to her. She's pregnant. So I'm like, stand back. But you ever trying to pepper spray us when your mom came to my house to try to fight me? She was waiting for me to come because she thought she was finna just run up on me. But then when she gets somebody that's gonna beat her ass, my sister, she over here mad. So I'm trying to get my sister off her. I'm like, come on. The daughter's like calling the police at this point because she couldn't get that pepper spray to do nothing. So she calling the police. She's like, yes, police. These girls are assaulting my mom. Please come to this street, 123 lane, da-da-da-da-da. First she hit my mom with the car. And so y'all, she's saying no crazy shit on the phone. So I'm like, come on, let's go in the house. So then the mom, she like, don't go in the house now. The police is coming and you're gonna give me my money. And the daughter's like, just give her the money. You guys could just settle this and just end it. Just give her the money. So I'm like, girl, you sound stupid as fuck. I'm like, yeah, let the police come, right? I'm telling my sister, I'm like, get up, let's go in the house. So she's like, don't go in the house now. The police is coming. So I'm like, okay, like, we'll talk to the police when they get here. So I'm like, come on. So my sister's like, bitch, don't you ever fuck with my little sister again. Don't you ever. She was like, what? Like, what? Like, I'm just like, girl, come on, let's go in the house. My sister, when she get on 10, it ain't, just let her do her, because it's hard to bring her back. She on 10, just let her be on 10. And I'm like, lady, you caused this on yourself, honestly. And the lady was being a weirdo. So I'm like, come on. So we go in the house. So she hot, like, it's really taking everything. But I'm like, come on, let's just go in the house. So we go in the house and we sit in the living room. We waiting for the police to come, because they called the police. Why the daughter is standing outside the driveway, still on the phone with Lord knows who's probably the police, telling more shit. Y'all, the mama come to the doorbell. She just keep ringing the doorbell. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, hold it, ding, just ringing it. I'm like, this bitch just don't get enough. Because if you go outside and start fighting her again, like, she literally lost. Like, I'm not even just saying that because it's my sister. This lady really lost bad. And it's like, man, why do you want to get beat up again? So she just holding the doorbell. So my sister's like, Symone. I'm like, what? She like, I'm finna go outside and beat this bitch ass, because she's getting on my nerves. So my grandpa's like, who is at the door? Like, who? Like, what's going on? So I'm like, oh my God. Okay, let's go back outside. So at this point, the police pull up. She runs to the police car. She's like, officer, they beat me. And the lady just get on the ground. Like, how you get on the ground? Wasn't you just running from the porch? Now you get on the ground. So you mean to tell me she hit you as a spirit, and they couldn't see her? She went invisible, hit you, and you flew over there. So now she's on the ground. She's like, they beat me, officer. She crashed into my car. My car is messed up. She crashed into my car and then she beat me. So he's like, hold on, slow down. So when did she hit your car? Did you guys have an accident right here? Now I'm coming outside. I'm like, hi. I'm like, ma'am. I'm like, officer, she's trespassing. She's been stalking me and harassing me. I'm like, this woman is like, I'm just like saying all this stuff. So they're like, wait, hold on. Who lives here? So I'm like, I live here. I'm like, this lady followed me home and she's been harassing me and she tried to fight me. I'm like, I have messages to show it. Like, he's like, wait, so how do y'all know each other? I'm like, I met this lady because we had a misunderstanding. Y'all, he like, what? So she's like, she hit my car. So the lady, like, when did this happen? So I'm like, a few days back, I got into a car accident with her, the pregnant girl who's not on the insurance. She's not on the insurance. And it was a few days ago, probably like, not a few days, but like a month ago at this point. I'm like, I got into a car accident with her. She's not on the insurance, officer. So the police like, wait, the accident didn't happen today? I'm like, no. He's like, do you guys know each other? I'm like, no. He was like, so ma'am, you're trespassing. You followed this woman home. You've been like, you know, so now it's flipping. She's like, but officer, they've been beating on me and she won't give me my money and my insurance won't pay for it. It was like, no. So he asked me like, do you want to press charges? I said, I do. I most definitely want to press charges. So she's like, what? You want to press charges on me after y'all beat me? After y'all beat me? Who beat you? Stop saying y'all. Like, you got beat up by one person, man. So I'm like, officer, I would love to press charge. This woman has been harassing me. Her daughter is not on the insurance. The police like, that's a civil matter, ma'am. The accident I can't do nothing about. Y'all go through your insurance. But she's been harassing. Like, she showed it to your home. Did you tell her to come here? I'm like, no, I don't know this woman. We just exchanged information. Her daughter gave her my number and she's been harassing me ever since. Her daughter tried to pepper spray me. And because the daughter's over here like, my mom is just trying to get what's rightfully hers and trying to get her money and all this other stuff. So one of the other police was telling her, he said, ma'am, you are pregnant. Why are you involving yourself and your child in this? You know how serious that could be? And she was just like, officer, no, I'm just my baby. I don't. She just saying bullshit. The mama screaming. My sister like talking shit to her, and I'm just like, it's just so much going on. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I want to press charges. So they're like, man, we're gonna have to like, she wants to press charges. I'm like, yeah, she came to my house. I'm showing him the messages. Like, she said she was gonna beat me up. I'm showing him all this stuff. I'm like, she attacked my sister. So the starter's like, she did not attack her. She did not attack her. So the other guy was like, ma'am, sit this one out. Sit this one out because you don't want to be pregnant in jail. Like, sit this one out. So she's over here crying now. The mama's on the floor like, I didn't attack that bitch. I didn't attack. So he's like, ma'am. I'm like, yes, please arrest her because she is scaring me and I'm afraid for my life. And look at this message. Look, she knew I was at the doctor and this and that. And I'm just like, oh my God. And the guy was like, ma'am, we're gonna have to arrest you. Yo, when I tell you, she started going crazy. She started going crazy. She's like, no, I need my money. I just want my car fixed. Officer, I want to press charges on her. That one right there. That one attacked me. And I'm like, can you please get her? I'm like, can you please get her? My grandpa's in the house and she's harassing him because now he's like coming to the door. And my grandpa used to have an oxygen tank, so he had his little portable oxygen tank and he's like looking. He's like, what's going on? So I'm like, that's my grandpa. This woman has been harassing me and my family. This isn't the first time she came to my house. She tried to run me over at Food for Less. She's been following me and threatening my life, sir, over a misunderstanding that she caused her daughter could not drive. So they like, ma'am, okay, let's just go ahead, let's wrap it, let's get her out of here. So she's going crazy. She's like, I refuse to be arrested. Like, she's going crazy. They're like, ma'am, you know, they start reading her rights or whatever, and they cuffed her. The daughter is crying. She's like, look what you did. Look what you did. You could have just gave us the money. You could have just, and I'm like, your mom shouldn't have been harassing me. Like, what? Because I'm smiling. I'm kind of laughing at this point now because she already going to jail anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So they put her in the car and it was like, ma'am, I'm sorry, like, you know. And then the other guy's talking to me and he was like, yeah, we could set a court date, you could get a restraining order and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, I want to press charges, da da da. So I'm leaving. The daughter, she's just like, you're gonna pay for this. That's messed up. I'm finna have a baby and you're gonna put my mom in jail, the only person there for me and my child. So I'm like, you and your mom is stupid as fuck. And I'm like, and next time you come over here, your mom is gonna get beat the fuck up, okay? And I was all like, and stop coming around here. Like, you're weird. I'm like, if you leave the house, like, why are you still here trying to fight your mama case? I'm not giving y'all no damn money. It's too late for that. Like, it's too late for that. So she ended up leaving. Me and my sister in the house. We was dying laughing. We was dying laughing. Did I hear from them ever again after that? No. But did I hear from the insurance? They kept trying to press it. Insurance kept calling me. You're sure you didn't have an accident with the lady? I'm like, they kept calling, kept trying to threaten me, the insurance people. And they knew it was nothing they could do. Like, do you think I ever paid for that? No. It was nothing they could do about it. They tried to take me to court, the insurance. Did I go? Let me stop because Okay, that had nothing to do with that. But yeah, nothing ever happened behind him. And it's like, lady, you played yourself, because we really would have got your car fixed. You played yourself and got beat up. Like, you, and now you getting arrested, and I pressed charges. But I never talked to that lady ever again, or her daughter. But yeah, that's the end of it. That's the end of this story time. Sorry if this one was short, you guys, but I gotta pack and I gotta edit. I gotta do a lot. So yeah, I just want to come here and give y'all a little story. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys so much, and don't forget to like this video. All right.